The snow system, winter weather beginning to move in across the Tri-Cities, and travel conditions getting very dangerous in many places out there this morning. David, let's get right to this. And we're seeing that changeover from rain to snow, and that's where we're getting into some problems.
And it happened pretty quickly in parts of the Tri-Cities region. Still rain further to the south and west, all snow to the north. Winter storm warnings in effect from Memphis all the way to near Washington, D.C. Actually, a blizzard warning in effect for Washington. So here's a closer look at our system. We're still seeing mainly rain around Morristown and Greenville, a wintry mix in Johnson City and also Kingsport, and mainly snow in Bristol. And we're seeing quite a bit of snow, Marion, Abingdon, Wise, and Norton. And we're expecting up to 6 inches of snow potentially in the Tri-Cities just this morning. So here's a look at temperatures right at freezing or very close to freezing in Abingdon and Tri-Cities, 33 in Greenville, 32 in Wise. Well, right on that line, notice the snow-covered roads in Marion, snow coming down in Bristol as well. And another shot showing the snow-covered roads in downtown Bristol, so if you can, stay off the roads. So we're expecting a wintry mix or snow this morning, a break midday, and then we'll see another round of snow showers as we go through tonight. And on top of that, high winds in the mountains could make it, we could actually see blizzard-like conditions across the higher elevations. So a lot to talk about over the next few days.
Meteorologist Ricky Matthews, part of our team coverage here this morning. And Ricky, you guys have mentioned this for a while, and this is very tricky and a lot of changes happening this morning.
Yeah, even just in the past couple hours, I've seen it go from sleet to freezing rain here in Bristol and now over to snow. Notice all the snow across south of West Virginia, but a little bit of a mix across areas south of here. Why is that? Warmer air mixing in with some of the cooler air. That gives us some freezing rain and sleet. When you've got the warmer air aloft, you get the cooler air at the surface, you can allow for the ice to refreeze, causing some sleet. If you have all the cold air around, you just wind up with snow.
Well, the winter storm is here, and we're seeing some heavy wet snow in spots and still some freezing rain and sleet and even just plain rain in others. So there's a battle going on between some relatively mild air and the cold air. So here's the latest on our Max Alert radar. We'll zoom in first into Greene County, seeing a lot of rain, but it's trying to mix over to freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Also seeing that snow coming down around Bulls Gap and the snow throughout much of Hawkins County, seeing that snow over much of southwest Virginia as well. A little bit further to the east, seeing that moderate snow in Bristol. There's a live look downtown Bristol, seeing snow-covered roads, and it was rain earlier in Johnson City, but it's now switching over as well. So here's a look at our future radar. 8 o'clock this morning. Snow likely, heavy in spots, with still some pockets of some freezing rain and sleet. But notice as we go through the late morning, especially the lunch hour, we're probably going to see a break in the precipitation. During the afternoon, we'll see some scattered rain showers, areas of the wintry mix, and also some snow. And it looks like during the late afternoon and during the evening, snow will become more likely, and then the cold air filters in, and it's going to be all snow tonight and as we go through Saturday. So here's a live look around the region. Snow coming down in Wise, snow-covered roads in Marion, seeing a lot of precipitation around BMS covering the camera there, and also seeing that icy mix in Johnson City. So another look in downtown Bristol. The roads very dangerous now. Stay off the roads if you can today. Right at freezing at the airport with the snow coming down and a wind chill of 26 degrees. And look at the temperatures, just above freezing in Greenville, 32 in Wise, 26 though in Marion, 23 in Boone. All snow there and coming down at a heavy clip. So rain, icy mix, and snow in the region today, and then snow area-wide tonight into tomorrow. Severe threat tracker and the high alert level for this high-impact winter storm. So here's the bigger picture showing that break in the precipitation midday, and then we will see a good chance of snow showers as we go through tonight and even into tomorrow as well. So a good chance of snow overnight, and then tomorrow it looks like it's going to be more scattered snow showers, and that will continue off and on through the day tomorrow, and then slowly wind down later tomorrow, and then eventually in the mountains by Saturday night. So here's our updated snowfall forecast, looking like 6 to 10 inches of snow in the Tri-Cities. Lower totals possible near Greenville because of more rain and mixing. I also want to point out that some of we might see the lower end of these totals just this morning because of the burst of heavy wet snow. Throughout much of southwest Virginia, 10 to 14 inches, but eastern areas could see 15 or more, including in Marion, and also could see around 16 inches near the Kentucky-Virginia line. Places like Boone could see 1 to 2 feet of snow. The highs today near freezing, the periods of rain, sleet, freezing rain, and heavy snow, and then lows tonight in the 20s, snow likely, dangerous road conditions continuing. Here's Storm Track 5 7-day forecast. High tomorrow near freezing with periods of snow. Flurries taper off early on Sunday. Lows will be in the teens as we go into Sunday morning. Then over the next few days, we will see temperatures moderate, mid-40s for highs on Monday. And then we'll see some rain showers push in Tuesday. And it looks like it will end as a light mix by Tuesday night and Wednesday, so nothing like we're seeing now, and highs in the 30s again by Wednesday and Thursday. So we've just started this winter storm. It's going to come in pieces. It's not going to be snowing all day, but I'm expecting up to 6 inches of snow in the Tri-Cities by noon.
We had nice lull in some of the action earlier this afternoon, but that's going to fill in as we go through the afternoon hours. So take a look at live conditions now at Tri-Summit Bank Camp, looking on downtown Bristol. The roads were wet, but a brief little snow and some sleet over the past couple of hours has gotten things a little bit icy again across areas of downtown Bristol. The current temperature now at the Tri-Cities Airport, 29. That wind, though, that's gusty out there, brings the wind chill down to 22. We do have some light snow falling now at the Tri-Cities Airport. Here's Max Alert radar. You can see some of that light snow that's been coming through areas around Kingsport and Bluntville up to the Bristol area. Lots of the area not seeing too much within the Tri-Cities metro, but a big batch of heavy snow came across parts of southwest Virginia. That's been pushing up into eastern Kentucky. Other areas of snow around Marion, down toward Mountain City and Boone, and you can still see some rain near Morristown, back toward Gatlinburg and east of Knoxville. But pulling back here, you can see a large area of precipitation still with this storm system, and as the low, which is near Atlanta, heads off to the east, we'll see winds turn more out of the northwest, and that'll bring in some cold air everywhere, which will bring a good chance of snow overnight tonight and during the daytime tomorrow.
Meteorologist Ricky Matthews is at Emory and Henry College with a ruler in hand measuring the snowfall today. Ricky?
Hey guys, we are out at Emory and Henry University, kind of taking in the snow and also figuring out how much fell in this region as well. I've got a tape measure here. I've set it to 1 foot. So we're going to stick this in the ground a little bit, try to figure out how much snow has fallen across the area. When you do this, you want to take measurements at a few different spots. So it looks like right here we've got about 6 inches, but let's wander up just a little bit here if we can and see if we can't find a deeper spot. And I'm going to kick it just a bit too, because I think there's some sleet mixing in. Got about 6 inches there as well. And let's see. Around 6 there as well. So averaging all out, we end up with about 6 inches, but a lot of it is blowing and drifting in spots. So take that in mind too if you're taking in measurements. Try to find a wind protected spot. Other spots around campus, we measured 8 and 9 inches. So depending on where you're at, you may have a little more or less snow. For now, I'm out here at Emory and Henry, News 5, Ricky Matthews, WCYB.
So welcome back. We're joined by meteorologist Chris Michaels. You know, it's kind of tricky because some spots in our area are seeing nothing at all, but there are some areas that are seeing as much as 8 inches of snow.
Yeah, luckily our viewers have sent us a lot of photographs.
Right.
You're going to show us starting with some power failures.
And I mean, you guys have no idea how valuable these viewer reports are, because when you have that kind of spread from nothing to 8 inches, the impacts vary so widely. So we've got one picture here from Cassandra Sweetman, who obviously works here at News 5. And you can see...
So you have a connection.
Yeah, right? So we got a little connection here. Cassandra got this in Kingsport, and you can see just how heavy the snow was early this morning, that it was able to knock down a tree over a power line. So if you were in Kingsport, that could be why you had some power outages. Guys, check this out.
Wow.
I mean, that's the bulk of the impact there. That's where you're seeing that heavy, heavy snow on top of the trees. And sometimes it gets to be too much in these trees next to the power lines.
That's a really big limb it knocked down, too.
Exactly, yeah. So earlier this morning when we saw the 150 power outages in Norton, that's why.
Chris, is wind playing a role in this at this point?
Especially in this picture. It's interesting that you bring that up because the wind in Hidden Valley, so this is near Abingdon, Virginia, and when you get the winds, even freezing rain, because a lot of this was due to freezing rain and sleet, you get something like that, and then Kendra Klein showing us this. So it's not really a damage picture, but it's something that can cause some damage because if you have the ice on any kind of walkways, then you can unfortunately slip and fall. So it's really just something that we have to think about heading into the next few days.
All right, thanks so much, Chris.
We are so glad, Dave, that you and your team are tracking this because this
little storm has been kind of fickle.
Yeah,
it really has. Depending on where you were, how much snow you got. I talked to somebody in Johnson City this morning. They didn't get a whole lot. I live in Bluntful. I got almost 4 or 5 inches. What did you get in
Bristol? Had about 4 to 5 inches, and much of Southwest Virginia had the same. And of course, that led to kids being out of school again today.
Oh, yeah.
And that led to you getting some good pictures.
Yeah, and what else do they do is they have a good time and they share pictures with us, and we love that too. Yes. Let's check out this one here. A snow angel in Kingsport. Delilah Arnold sharing that one with us. Have you ever, I think this is the first time ever I have seen one like this.
Standing on his head.
That's pretty witty.
Yeah, all right.
Standing
Snowman on its head.
Maybe you just turned it upside down when you loaded it. Did you ever think of that?
Do you think I got tricked? Did I get tricked? Maybe I did. Somebody's birthday today. So we say happy birthday to Taylor.
But not your Taylor.
Not my Taylor.
Not your, a different Taylor.
Yep. But anyway, nice shot there from Dickinson County, Virginia. All right, let's talk about the numbered game here. 35 the high, 29 the low. This is at the airport. We had temperatures that stayed in the low 20s. We had temperatures that were near 40. That's how weird the weather was today. Moisture-wise, it's a little more than 3/4 of an inch at the airport. That was including some rain, some freezing rain, some sleet, some snow. It added up to about 3.5 inches officially for the Tri-Cities at the Tri-Cities Airport. We're better than 8 inches now for the month of February. So after a snow drought in December, and we're doing a little better now for this month. And temperatures at this hour range from 17 in Galax, 19 in Jefferson. We've got 20s now from Marion and Abingdon and Tri-Cities, 32 in Rogersville and Jonesville, 27 now in Wise. And we have, I'm going to call it the big donut hole that developed across the area today, where there were some occasional sleet and snow patches with some light rain mixed in. But most of the bulk of that precip that we saw earlier today kind of moved to our east and developed back to the west. But we're seeing some development now here to areas of western Greene County, Cocke County, near Morristown, up towards Sneedville, and that is part of a larger system now. Our center of our storm is near Atlanta, transferring the energy over the next day or two off the coast by tomorrow evening to near Norfolk, and as that low pressure scoots off to the east, we'll see more of a north wind coming on the backside of it, and so the atmosphere, which has had a little nodes of warm air aloft, which brought that mixed precipitation, that will disappear, and the whole column of air will drop below freezing, and that means we'll see precipitation change to all snow when we go into the evening hours. We've seen some snow. Some of it has been heavy at times around the Nashville area, heavy around London, heavy around Lexington, Charleston, South Carolina as well. We've got heavy snow now around the Roanoke area. We've had ice around Charlotte. It's been a mess around Raleigh. We've got snow around the Richmond areas. So things I think could be worse than what we've had, but it's not over yet, because by later this evening, this is a snapshot at 11 o'clock this evening, what we have will be in the form of snow and snow showers. And notice the darker colors here. There could be some pockets of moderate, maybe briefly some heavy snow as we go through the overnight hours. Notice at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, probably a good deal of snow shower activity still across the Tri-Cities area. Moving into the afternoon, especially toward later afternoon and the evening, the mountains will probably garner most of the snow shower activity, and we'll just see some lighter flurries and lighter snow showers in the Tri-Cities, and then some clearing skies, it looks like, on Sunday, and we'll begin a little bitty warming trend Sunday afternoon, as well as temperatures get close to 40 degrees. Additional snowfall tonight through tomorrow night. I'm thinking around 2 to 4 inches, perhaps across northeast Tennessee and neighboring areas of southwest Virginia. There might be a local spot or two getting a little bit more than that. Northwest facing slopes here from northern Lee up through parts of Wise, Dickinson, Buchanan. I'm thinking another 6 to 8 potentially, maybe up to a foot, especially some of the higher northwest facing slopes. 4 to 8 here closer to the West Virginia border in the mountains of Tennessee, North Carolina. Another 4 to 8 seem reasonable. Maybe a few spots getting a little bit more than that. But our wind flow is going to be turning out of the northwest and gusty at times tomorrow. Notice as we go through Saturday, winds could be around 10, 20, 25 miles per hour, driving that windshield down. Even stronger winds across the mountains of Tennessee and North Carolina. That winter storm warning will continue through early Sunday morning for the Tri-Cities area. Temperatures tomorrow with some occasional snow showers and flurries, only reaching the upper 20s to low 30s, with mountainous terrain holding in the low to mid 20s. And of course, keep in mind that gusty wind will drive that windshield down into the teens most likely, with some single digits across the higher elevations. 24 or so for the Tri-Cities overnight tonight. Snow showers, could be some dangerous road conditions developing. Winds will be gusty tonight, more so tomorrow, though, with a high around 30 degrees. Some periods of snow, flurries as well. Dangerous roads still possible throughout the daytime tomorrow, and we'll see temperatures struggle to get above freezing, I think, by the time we head into Sunday, but lows will be into the teens, maybe around 10 or 12 Monday morning. Storm Track 5 7-day forecast, though, does have warmer weather on Monday with temperatures in the mid-40s with partly sunny skies. Could be a few scattered rain showers on Tuesday as temperatures will probably be a little bit milder, so it'll be on the mostly rain side. May end as a little bit of snow Tuesday night into Wednesday's, a few flurries, but next week looks quite a bit milder. And even though another weak system may come in on Friday, none of these is looking to be anything like what we saw on Wednesday here or what we saw today and are expecting tomorrow. So some good news there as far as travelers are concerned.